Hi everyone, Kelt here. So apart from Harry's heartbreak about the big divide with him and his family, according to his friend who spoke to the media recently, and about which I have nothing to say, apart from he made his bed and he really is lying in it, now I'm reading that they have really been struggling, allegedly, since their nanny left to move back to the UK when they relocated to California. So what happened to Doria? I thought she was supposed to be the hands-on help that Meghan needed, and also Harry. She was supposed to be helping Harry as some sort of therapist, counsellor or something. Since they've been in California, it's been said that they feel very alone. Well, they have had each other and supposedly a lovely son. What about people that are on their own during all this lockdown? All we hear on the news is about them whinging about one thing or another. It was so good to read that Thomas Markle Sr., Meghan's father, is doing a documentary about his life before Meghan was born up to the present day. This should be really good. It includes quite a bit about him, I think, before he married Doria and after, and I think it will be good to get an insight into who Thomas is, and then eventually maybe, we'll get an idea of who Meghan is, although most of us have made up our minds about that. He comes across as a genuine and sincere person, and I think it will be an invaluable insight into the real Meghan. Many have tried to figure out what makes Meghan tick. She has been diagnosed by professionals and unprofessionals alike who put forth their opinions on what they think is going on with her. But I think that hearing Thomas's side from before she was even born and right up through her childhood to when she married Harry up to the present day will be an eye-opener. We will obviously see his devotion to her and that she was his absolute world. This was a recipe for disaster in a lot of ways because Harry's statement saying what Meghan wants, Meghan gets obviously stems from a childhood where she had her own way. When she was older and was not allowed her own way, as it seems that she did not get on with Thomas because he laid down rules that she would not respect, which is why as a teenager she moved out and didn't live with him any longer. Thomas Sr. has said that the documentary will be about his life and ultimately what happened to his daughter. In other words, what has happened to her now. Because he has said more than once that he does not know nor recognise the person that she has become. He comes across as being embarrassed that his daughter has publicly disrespected and torn down the royal family. One thing he said, or is alleged to have said to Harry in the early days before the wedding, was when he made Harry promise that he would never raise a hand to his daughter. Many thought this was an unusual request. Some thought that maybe Meghan had suffered marital abuse in the past, and this is why he said it. Nowadays it seems that the reason he said it, according to many, is because he knew how Meghan could manipulate and drive a person to maybe behaving irrationally, and that while he didn't, and was to all intents and purposes a good father, it sounds very much as if he thought that Meghan could push someone with maybe not so much patience that little bit too far. Some have suggested that Meghan might have been vengeful and possibly cruel due to the awful university prank played on a poor girl who had her eyelashes glued together. None of her exes have spoken out against her. Yet her ex-husband Trevor Engelson, while he hasn't exactly spoken against her, he has and still does refuse to allow anyone to mention her name. We have been fed little snippets of information over the years which tend to give an impression of a spoilt child who turned into a demanding adult, but as far as her ill-treating Harry, we can only guess, and a picture does say 1,000 words. Harry's friends have said that they are happy enough in California. Whatever that means, that sounds to me as if it's been quite rocky and that they don't exactly want to lie by saying they're ecstatically happy. I think that Thomas's documentary will be the ultimate in getting a true picture of Meghan, probably better than all the books put together that have come out recently. A Marie Claire report on Yahoo Life says that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have had a painful year since their nanny moved back to the UK. Most of us will have no sympathy for that. What happened to her being a hands-on mother? They even complained that each move they made them feel more displaced. This was their choice. They chose to move constantly. Maybe if they had paid their bills and showed respect to the people who offered them homes, they might have not had to move so much. Maybe if they had actually bought their own place or actually paid rent and looked after a place, they might not have had to move. And if they had not had wild parties at night, they might have actually hung on to a place. Maybe if they had not been so demanding and full of self-importance, they might not have had to move so much. Basically, they became like normal people who leave home, which is what they wanted, isn't it? Sofa surfing, outstaying their welcome, except that they had a money tree named Papa and bodyguards who were at their beck and call. So now it's being said that they are really missing having servants, bodyguards, nannies, basically someone to wait on them hand and foot, so that they don't have to do normal things like the rest of us. But they can have a food delivery brought to them by helicopter, all the best wines. Most people reading these Harry and Meghan articles have been struggling this past year due to lockdowns, losing loved ones, losing jobs, and most of all missing family, not because they decided to cut themselves off from their family because they wanted to do their own thing, but because it was out of their hands. So this pair just don't think before they put out stuff, do they? They don't think about normal people and their lives, and yet they want to appear that they totally are in tune with these people. Now we're hearing that Meghan and Harry are humiliated over their plummeting book sales. I hear it's now down to 99p. How ironic that Meghan's sister Samantha will probably make a lot of money on her book, which is entitled The Diary of Princess Push's Sister Part 1. Though it seems at the moment that the book is only a very low 81st in the USA, so not doing that well, but people I've spoken to can't wait to read it. I think if Part 1 is good, then Part 2 will take off. I hope Samantha's book really does well because it would be poetic justice. And if Thomas's documentary is a success, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? So let me have your comments and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, ding my bell for more alerts for more videos, like if you liked it and share. Bye.